जो रोटी आप खा रहे हैं, रोटी मोटे अनाज की खाइए। जितना मोटा अनाज उतना ही हार्ट के लिए अच्छा। जैसे मक्की बहुत अच्छी है हार्ट के लिए, बाजरी है बहुत अच्छी है हार्ट के लिए, ज्वारी है बहुत अच्छी है हार्ट के लिए, गेहूं उतना अच्छा नहीं है हार्ट के लिए। अगर गेहूं खाना ही है तो अकेला गेहूं मत खाइए, उसमें मिक्स करिए। क्या मिक्स करें? थोड़ा चना मिक्स कर दीजिए, थोड़ा सोयाबीन, थोड़ी ज्वारी, ऐसी चीजें मिक्स करिए जो मोटे अनाज में आती है। फिर उसकी रोटी बनाइए, मिस्सी रोटी कहते हैं या क्या रोटी कहते हैं, मिस्सी रोटी, यस, वो खाइए। गेहूं की रोटी कभी भी मत खाएं, ना खाएं वो सभी पेशेंट जिनको हार्ट की प्रॉब्लम है। और जब गेहूं आप पीसने के लिए लेके जाते हैं चक्की पर, तो उसको बोल करके मेरा आटा मोटा पीसे, बारीक पत्ती, और वो आटा घर में लाके कभी भी छलनी से छानना नहीं, क्योंकि उसकी जो चोकर आपने निकाल दी वही आपके हार्ट को बचाने वाली है।
Welcome to Dr. Khadar Lifestyle.
Explain, sir, each millet benefits once again.
All the millets are 10 right now. Actually, people have. Out of that, 5 of them are positive. We have grouped them as positive grains because they can cure the illnesses. Finger millet, proso millet, pearl millet, corn, and great millet. These 5 are neutral millets. They are okay. If you don't have any problems and you are not getting the positive millets, you can eat these neutral millets and still be all right. But then you are already sick, like you are having dialysis problem, diabetes problem, BP problem, thyroid problem, cancer. Then these neutral grains are of not much use to you. You need to be consuming only these 5 wonderful grains that can pull you out of sickness in a matter of 6 months to 2 years. And many cancer patients are completely becoming negative to cancer in a matter of 2 years. Many cases, many cases. And so how do we do this? It is simple matter of soaking the grains and eating. And this is very important point. If you don't soak and cook, the benefits of eating millets is not going to happen to you. So people are in a hurry, nowadays. Oh, they have no time, I cooked after 15 minutes soaking, after 1 hour soaking. It's not going to help you. Initially, I myself used to say soak for half an hour at least. But now I am very clear that everyone has to soak the grain. Kanisam, minimum of 4 to 5 hours. 6 to 8 hours is the right time. So people are in hurry. You can actually soak and then dry in the shade and then keep it. Use it for a week. So then you can soak for half an hour, 45 minutes, and then make your items and eat. Kodo millet, that is arka, is very wonderful for your immunity. So now actually in this COVID times, you want to be eating arka because it boosts your bone marrow and cleans your blood and makes lymph systems clean. So that is the domain of kodo millet and its lignans and its fiber. And little millet clears up all your genitals. Genitals means for ladies, the ovary, the fallopian tube, the vaginal connections and the uterus, all that system is completely going to be cleared on a regular basis. And for men, it is the sperm production, it is the testis, it is the hormones that are involved in this, your sex patterns, all that is going to be helped by little millet. And then foxtail millet is a wonderful millet. It helps your lungs, it helps your nervous system. So basically, if you have COVID-19 infection, you want to be eating foxtail. And you do not want to get infected, you want to be eating kodo millet. So the best option now for people in this troubled time is eat kodo millet 2 days, foxtail millet 2 days, and the remaining millets 1 day each in a week. Keep rotating. That should be the pattern for any pandemic or endemic situation. Right now, COVID, this is the pattern you want to eat because it is the foxtail millet which helps your nervous system and lungs and blood. Possible infections, some varieties of COVID is also troubling blood related system. So you want to concentrate on Kodo millet, foxtail millet, 2 days, and the remaining each one day. That's the way I would suggest for all the people right now. And if there is another problem, always you will have to have Kodo millet whenever this sankramika rogagalu, that is diseases in endemic and pandemic situations, hopping from person to person, life form to life form, all that can be sustained and successfully fought if your bone marrow is strong and clean. So for that you need Kodo millet. And then barnyard millet really helps your soft parts, that is liver, spleen, and other uh, things in your tummy. And then brown top millet is the king. King because the digestive system, the whole thing can be cleaned up by this particular millet's fiber. So if your digestive system is nice and doing its job wonderfully, then everything falls in place. So that way everything is important. There is nothing, these five grains one is better than the other. We need all of them. That's why I never tell people, oh, these Americans have a very funny way of asking. If I give you 10 things, what is the best? First, second, third, fourth, like that. They want to put it in order. There is no order here because your immunity is important, your digestive system is important, your kidney is important, everything is important. So you want everything. So there is no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything is important here. In nature, things are like that only. So you want to have all the thing, and that's why diversified food patterns are very important. That is the principle. And then one more we missed, that is your little millet, Kodo millet, foxtail millet, barnyard, brown top. Yes, all the five are done. But in the same breath, ragi, finger millet, is also good for your bone, and pearl millet is excellent, especially for ladies that are lactating, to give you a good feed for your babies. And proso millet is also good for protein, that is for growing kids. And great millet is wonderful for a lot of soft part cleaning up. That is neutral millets I am talking about. In the absence of the positive millets, these are wonderful things to have. So if you have no problems, you have actually 10 millets to choose with. So I mean, 10 different kinds of grains. But right now, what are all you guys doing in the so-called advanced countries? Wheat, wheat, wheat. And then you're getting sick. Okay? So that is the grains and about its characteristics and health benefits. And of course, all wonderful nutritional facts we have tabulated in the book. Please go through. Almost everything is loaded in these five grains.
Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like, share and don't forget to subscribe our channel Dr. Khadar Lifestyle. Press the below bell icon to get notifications.
Welcome to my first episode in the new channel Joyful Aging. In this first episode, we have Babita Rana with us to talk on healthy food, millets. Babita has herself trained in the use of millets to her advantage for a medical condition. And she shares in this episode what are the advantages of eating millets, how to cook millets, how to store millets, what millets to be used in what combination, and which millets are best for a certain ailment. You will hear first hand experiences, real life stories, and convincing details on why and how millet should be used. So, do watch this interesting episode till the end. And should you have questions on how to consume, what combination of millets to use, how to have the best effect of millets on your medical condition or general well-being. You're welcome to write to Babita Rana, and she'll be happy to respond to your queries. Enjoy.
What happened once I was just going through and I saw that one ad in which it was healing modern lifestyle disease by millets, and it was a 3 days workshop in 2019. So I thought I will enroll in that program, and I did 1 month seriously with the diet, no cheat day, nothing, and immediately within a month span I saw my tablet I was taking 150 mcg that time, and within 30 days it reduced to 112 mcg. So it was like very fast effect.
Hypertension. Let's take that case. So in that kind of patient, which we assume majority of the Indians are today suffering, what would be the protocol that is advised by your system, and what should be the actual cooking? Now, also a relevant question there too is, all our life, either you're from the north of India or south of India, we are used to a certain diet. In north, we are wheat eaters. In Western India, we are both wheat and rice eaters. As we go south, we are rice eaters. I mean, that is generally the trend that we see in India as far as India is concerned. So the obvious question is, how do I stop eating my chapatis or my bread or my rice or my idli? So when you
I believe like we can heal our modern lifestyle diseases by millet. So if you want to start with at least one meal a day, and slowly you will automatically come to know like how we can recover ourselves by without any medicine rather than consume milk or millet flour process.
For quality purpose, you may get unless you get a branded or a known flour from some place, you can yourself soak it, dry it, sun dry it, and make flour out of it. Okay.
Right. Now you can go.
So typically in India, the master of the house is the ladies. So I guess the ladies have to start onto millet faster than the guys, generally speaking. Hello friends, this is Karthik Pandit here again, and I have a very interesting speaker today, Babita Rana. Welcome, Babita, to our show.
Thank you so much.
Babita has done about 8 to 10 years of a lot of work in the millet field. Why you should eat millet, how you should eat millet. She got trained for that. She's conducting workshops where she prepares the millet dishes and invites people to taste them so that you can switch over from whatever you're daily eating, like wheat or rice or whatever, and to move on to millet for overall good. So today we are going to speak with Babita Rana on the advantages of eating millets, how to eat millets, and what are the protocols that are available in cooking millets so that it has maximum benefit to our body. The whole purpose for all human beings is to have a long and a healthy life, and millets tend to help in that. So we're going to discuss about that. So first question, Babita Rana, how did you get into this millet thing, moving from whatever you were daily eating with Dr. Khalid?
Okay.
Khadil, right?
Dr. Khadar Vali. Yeah.
Khadar Vali, okay.
Yeah, he is known as a millet man in India. He got already Padam Shri for that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Out of Hyderabad, isn't it?
Yeah, he is from Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So actually, what happened once I was just going through and I saw that one ad in which it was healing modern lifestyle disease by millets, and it was a 3 days workshop in 2019. So I thought I will enroll in that program, and I have started with that journey. 3 days program was very interesting, and because I was going through with my problems, and I thought, why not try on me on first? So what I did, okay, fine, I was fully convinced after 3 days program, and because I got a problem like thyroid, hormonal imbalance and all. So first I started with 1 month seriously with the diet, no cheat day, nothing. And immediately, within a month span, I saw my tablet. I was taking 150 mcg that time. And within 30 days, it reduced to 112 mcg. So it was like very fast effect. Otherwise, I was continuously on 175, 150 mcg.
And you were eating this thyroid tablet for a long time. So still it was not having the effect. And this gave you effect in just about 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, 4 to 5 weeks. So that was a surprise for me. And I believe, millet can make a magic to their life if we are going for such kind of diseases which we were not listening earlier. But now we heard, diabetes, BP, and thyroid, these kind of problems. So I think so if we can do little change, because it's in our kitchen, we can get healed by our kitchen only. There are so many things. And where we are saying these millets, like Dr. Khadar Vali, what he did, he divided the millets into a 3-part. One is positive millet, negative millet, and neutral millets. When we are saying positive millet, it is 5 millets: little millet, barnyard millet, kodo millet, brown top, and foxtail. But when we are going for the negative millets is our wheat and rice. And when you are going for neutral millets, then we are going for the bajra, then ragi, jawar. These are the mota.
So when you say negative and neutral, when you say negative, it has a negative effect on our body in terms of metabolism, in terms of digestion. So can you explain more? What is this negative that is really there? Because what we know today is that the wheat that we eat is not the wheat that our ancestors ate. It's a modified, genetically modified wheat. And so is the case with rice. Rice, of course, there are so many varieties across the country. But generally, wheat rice also is considered to be not as good as what it was when our ancestors used to. So can you explain what is this negative and neutral?
Yeah. When we are talking about negative and neutral, when we are taking the rice or maybe wheat in our this thing, because our dietary fiber in when we are talking about the rice, dietary fiber is very less. When it is going to our bloodstream, it immediately releases the glucose in the body, and which goes past to all our body parts. It is like it's very fast releasing the sugar in the body, and that's why it is like the body is saying, okay,
huge
this much
spike
is
in sugar in your blood.
Again, spike come very fast. But when we're eating millets, it is like it is a slow process. It is digest slow, and it comes like it is after 15 minutes, it's give you a little spike, means maybe 10, 20. Then
so these millets do have a GI index. The GI and if you look at the number, the GI index of say wheat and GI index of rice, which is on the negative list as per you, the GI index is pretty high and it releases very fast in the blood. Therefore, there is more sugar in the blood. Therefore, it affects all the organs and what we call as side effects of diabetes. Versus these.
We have seen so many people which were using earlier wheat and rice. In our first program also, there was a person who was taking 60 units every day for the insulin. Now he is not taking insulin right now.
And all thanks to millet protocols that he is following.
Protocols and their diet program.
Yeah. So if you can talk of one wonder story. Now, this is one story you had where somebody was taking 60 units of insulin injections, probably morning, evening, whatever, before every meal that he was taking. So like that, can you share any story where somebody was like a jadoo chhadi types, that he went on to millets and he had a huge effect. So do you have a story which you can share?
There are so many, even Dr. Khadar Vali programs and all, they are showing because he is visiting other countries also. He went to Houston. There it was a film was there. The lady was like, her husband is not well. His kidney was deteriorating. Doctors are giving medicines, but still he is getting worse. Then she asked doctor, when we are giving medicine, why it is deteriorating? They said, no, it will be like that only. Later on, you will go for dialysis. That lady itself, she is crying on the screen. She said, now we are not on dialysis, nothing. Like my husband is very happy. He is saying, now I am saved. So we saw
So
such
even
kind of,
dialysis cases can have a reversal thanks to millet, is it?
yeah.
So are there,
Even though,
so you mentioned that there are 5 types of positive millets. You call them positive millets, right? So there
yeah,
are
positive.
5. So there are 5 types of positive millets. So each millet has its own properties in terms of wherever it has to do good to the body, or every millet has the same composition as far as the body is concerned.
No, it's not the same composition. Every millet has their own property and they are doing something for one or the other organ. Like when we are talking about the kodo millet is like its fiber is cleansing up the bone marrow. And when we are going for the barnyard is doing the cleanse up of the digestive system. Then little millet is morely on concentrating for the reproductive system. And apart from that, like we are going for the barnyard is for the soft parts of the body. It is doing that. Then we are going for the foxtail. Foxtail is for lungs and nervous system. So that's why with this property of the millet, 5 millets, Dr. Khadar Vali made the protocols of every disease where you have to, accordingly, you have to mix and match these millets, and you have to take in that way. Like 2 days, you have to take a 1 millet, then 2 days, you have to take the another millet, then one days, other rest 3.
Great. So this is very interesting. So supposing these days, I think India is the capital of diabetes and blood pressure. Correct.
Right.
So in that,
right.
So let's take case of somebody who's suffering from diabetes, reasonably controlled, HB1 of say 7, 8, not too bad, and a controlled hypertension. Let's take that case. So in that kind of patient, which we assume majority of the Indians are today suffering, what would be the protocol that is advised by your system, and what should be the actual cooking? Now also a relevant question there too is, all our life, either you're from the north of India or south of India, we are used to a certain diet. In north, we are wheat eaters. In Western India, we are both wheat and rice eaters. As we go south, we are rice eaters. I mean, that is generally the trend that we see in India as far as India is concerned. So the obvious question is, how do I stop eating my chapatis or my bread or my rice or my idli? So when you answer, kindly address this aspect as well, so that I'm able to, I'm okay on my taste buds, because ultimately food is taste related also. It is display and taste both. Yeah.
Right. So what Dr. Khadar Vali's program is saying, one thing is like when you have no problem, then you can go for a 2 days of every millet, because you don't have any problem, but you want to maintain your body like that, maintain your health like that. So you have to 2 days every millet. It's not like 1 day for 1 millet. You want to take like breakfast, you are taking little millet, and lunch, you are making barnyard millet. It's not like that, because every organ where we are concentrating, like, okay, let's take an example, kodo millet. We are doing kodo millet, and we know kodo millet is cleansing up the bone marrow. So what we are doing, we are taking 100 gram of millet flour, or maybe you can say wheat millet rice. So what is happening? If you're mixing, although you are taking 20 grams, so means the body cannot get that much where it can cleanse up. When we have to, like, okay, we have to force something. No, we have to push that something. So we have to give the full force to that. So same way, when we are taking a millet, 1 millet, 1 time, one thing, then it is like 2 days you are taking out 1 millet, 2 days, that because we are concentrating on each and every part of the body. So one thing. Then if you have any particular program, okay, like as you take the example for the sugar and this thing.
Diabetes and hypertension,
Diabetes and hypertension, So in diabetes and hypertension, again, it is like we have to see, okay, fine, kodo, it is for the thing, bone marrow. Then we have to see where digestive is a problem. So brown top is there. So accordingly, there is a combination. First की problem क्या है, उसके accordingly हमें कौन सा solution लेके आना है. So first of all, we'll take that particular millet for 2 days. We have full chart. We have an Excel sheet. I'll share it with you.
Yeah, I'll put it up for the viewers. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I will share it with you so that it will be easy for everyone, and it will definitely, if people
And
will
note
accept
down
it.
also. Yeah.
Yeah. So means 3 days you are taking, like, okay, digestion ka issue hai, so you are starting with the brown top, and then 2 days, like you are going for other, so that every organ of the body can work together and cleanse up the thing, and so that you will feel normal in that. And
So,
first few, when you
so
start millet,
for a normal person who of course has this, as we have taken the case, suffering from almost controlled diabetes and
right,
hypertension, or somebody not having any major issues, he must buy all the 5 types of
yeah,
millets and follow
yes,
the protocol of eating
yeah,
them based on his particular condition as per protocol which is laid down. Ideally,
right,
he should not mix this millets. There is a
yeah.
protocol of following it over 2 days, 3 days, whatever is the protocol, giving importance to the one, or maybe not even eating some millet because that would not do any good to him. So concentrate on thereon, right?
No, we can't skip any millet, because every
Okay.
millet we are pressing to cleanse up the body. So
Okay.
something stuck somewhere, we have to clean up. So every millet is important, but yeah, whatever the problem, that
Proportion.
will be a higher proportion. That is the
Right.
one thing.
And the
And
number
now,
of days that you should sequence of eating also. Yeah.
sequence of
Okay.
eating. Yeah, that's
Right.
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 Sequence
Right.
of
Okay.
eating.
And this
So
millet, you get millet flour also. You are, or you must, you can eat millet in the raw form, meaning cooked millets, or you can make it into a flour and make your idlis or your rotis or
yes, we'll come on this first.
Hmm.
First of all, it's a millet, like it's in a dry form. It's a
Hmm.
dehydrated.
Hmm.
So when we are getting the grain, millet grain, so what we have to do, we have to soak it for 8 hours. Means, because it's a dehydrated, and when we are eating without soaking, it's dehydrated, it will not convert easily, will not digest, it will give you the heat in the body, some kind of indigestion. So for soaking and getting the effect of millet, you have to soak it when it's a whole grain. But if it is half in the size, means it's a grinded and half in the size, then you can say 4 or 5 hours you can soak it for. And later, like, okay, for flour is also available, as you asked. Flour is available. In flour, what Dr. Khadar Vali is suggesting, like, okay, when you are buying the millets, you soak it overnight, then you sun dry the millets, and then you grind it. This is the millet flour process.
For quality purpose, you may get unless you get a branded or a known flour from some place, you can yourself soak it, dry it,
Yeah.
sun dry it, and make flour out of it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
is there a shelf life for this flour? Because wheat flour has a shelf life.
yeah,
Is there
there is
a
a
general shelf life?
Yeah, shelf life is there.
Okay. Okay.
So there is a procedure also, how to store it, how to keep it, so that it can be for the longer period. There should not be any kind of some insect is
Germs,
there.
yeah.
This
Same like
webs
wheat
are-
flour, right? It almost like wheat flour, or is very different.
Yeah. And
So
now we come
my
to
dabba as a kitchen, as a housewife, my dabba for wheat flour is good for millet flour also, right?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Khadar Vali is totally against of the plastic also. They are saying just
Oh.
throw out your plastic, whatever is in the kitchen. You go for either the metal
So steel.
utensils, or steel or something like that.
Or
So
brass, old time brass or
glass, brass, steel, anything,
glass.
but not the plastic. Yeah, not the plastic.
Oh.
So he's very much against it. He's saying throw out whatever you have into your
Yeah.
kitchens and all.
Micro
we come to
plastic, yeah.
taste buds you are talking about.
Yeah.
So millet is not restricted to you have to eat like a rice or something like that. Millets, it's in like what interest you have in cooking and how you can make it. It's very same like that. We are getting millet flour in the market. We are getting rava also in the market. We are getting wheat. So when we are talking about the taste, like we are eating rice. Millet, when we are also overnight, you are soaking and cooking it. It's like a rice only. The only you are changing. It's a rice. We are making rice. When we are making flour, we are making roti. We are making paratha. I am making everything. Even though I'm trying so many other dishes also. I tried dim sum also with the millet rice. And apart, And then I may sometimes I feel okay, I need to make something Chinese. So what I'm doing, I'm just boiling the water and putting the millet rice, and then later on I'm just straining that water. Extra water is there because I'm extra water boiling it on. Then I'm making the burnt garlic rice with the stir fry veggie, and I'm using that water which was from the millet rice with the my Chinese gravy. So it is like a whole thing I'm using and making the Chinese.
It's like a broth that you can make out of that, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and
Interesting.
people are making all, even who are following this, like, okay, fine. If I'm saying these days it's Navratras, right? Somebody is celebrating Saptami, somebody is celebrating Navami, and that day we have to make chole, puri, and halwa kind of prasad and all. So the person who is following millets, they are making puri from the millet flour only, and they are making halwa from the millet flour only.
But from the one of the five, depending upon what that person is supposed to have. Instead of just wheat roti, you can make millet roti out of whatever 5 millets are there, right? And the taste is almost the same. Is it the same taste or
no? Every millet has a different taste. Every millet has a different feel also, the color also. Like if we talk about the brown top millet, when you are going and washing the brown top millet, it gives you a light green color in the water. And when you're washing the kodo millet, it's like you will say, oh, so dirty, it's very muddy. It's like a dark brown color when you are taking out. But it is not. That is its feature. Every millet has different colors, different taste. Like if I talk about kodo is giving a earthy flavor. It's a very when it's boiling and you're getting the smell out of the kitchen, it's like a very earthy flavor you are getting.
So in the market, I see that there is organic millets also available and normal. So is there a major difference between this organic, whatever we keep on hearing? Or
I'll tell you one thing. It's a big this thing that there's nothing like organic in the millet. When we are growing millet, one thing is millet is not asking for the extra water. Where it is a no water, millet can grow automatically there. Okay. And apart from that, आप उसका सीड डालते हैं, वो ऑटोमेटिकली ग्रो होता है, उसको किसी खाद की जरूरत नहीं, कोई किसी पेस्टिसाइड की जरूरत नहीं है, तो वो ऑलरेडी ऑर्गेनिक है. It is like just selling skills. Okay, how we can sell?
It's a sales marketing gimmick. Okay.
Yeah, right. Nothing
Price-wise, these millets are comparable in price with wheat and rice, or they are very different?
I think it's like earlier it was slightly less, but now because the demand and supply combination is there, so in that demand and supply, everybody is increasing because most of the right now, earlier when we started in 2019, the millet was growing only into Telangana. Now because everywhere there is so much of awareness, now the Punjab is growing, but this time Punjab, because of flood, everything is vanished. Now Haryana is also growing millets, but Haryana is full of what I'll say, water is there and all, so they have to think about, okay, in what weather they can grow the millets. So there is a restriction such kind of. In dry area, it is like anytime you can grow, and in a year you can take a 2 to 3 or maybe 4 crops.
3-4 crops in a year. That's interesting. So coming back to the millet thing, in terms of your affiliation with rice and wheat, can I have a combo? Because it's a taste that I have developed over the years. We are all either wheat eaters, rice eaters, or both. Can I say that morning I will eat millets and evening I will continue eating my rice or wheat? Or it is best that you stop the wheat and rice and go only on millets? Because it's a shift, and it's a major shift of what you have done over your life.
Right. I know when I started this, I was like, okay, one millet. Everybody was saying, okay, start with one. So I was like, no. Why I get the result for my thyroid? Because I was seriously into this. Like, I have to get out of this thing. So that's why. I can understand we have a taste buds, and accordingly, taste is already built up because we are since childhood we are eating the same thing. But when the person is starting, they can start with one meal. Then slowly, if the taste is developing and thinking about the health and all, then slowly it okay, when taste is developed and you can make so many other things when you come to know, like except the roti and the rice, then automatically the thing will divert that side.
Typically, in your experience, over a 6-month period, it is easy to switch completely onto millets. You think that's a reasonable target? because ultimately
Yeah,
everything
easy.
you have to be target driven. I mean, it's a question of shifting your taste buds, and
Right,
also your
right.
kitchen and your kitchen manager, your spouse or whoever has to support that. It's not easy. Everybody has to sort of buy
Yeah.
into what you're trying to do.
Sometimes it's difficult. One person is very adamant, don't want to change. Then for one person making this, sometimes it's very
It's a
difficult.
kitchen management. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is like more of the like who is the kitchen manager? If he is accepting or she is accepting, then it is like yeah, you can go
So
for that.
typically in India, the master of the house is the ladies. So I guess the ladies have to start onto millet faster than the guys, generally speaking. Having said that, there is I read somewhere that there is a psychological effect to it also. Like for example, if you look at the historical evidence of socio-economic position of Indians, people
Right.
who are in lower strata of society typically would eat bajra and jawar, and the aspirational value of people is that they eat wheat, and again there are so many higher qualities and costlier qualities of wheat.
Right.
And same way with rice. I mean, you have the mota wala rice, and then you graduate to the basmati rice and whatever. So, in your process of doing and talking to people, are you finding a lot of apprehension or so to say resistance in terms of this mindset that it is to be used by the lower strata of economically strata of society?
Yeah, sometimes earlier I was facing such kind of this thing. Right now, only as we said, kitchen managers, they are like, okay, if they don't want to do, then it's a main thing. Because I know I gave it to someone 2-3 times the millet, and they were like, no, very difficult, soaking, planning, and all. They said something like that. But when she got some problem, then she was doing, how to make it, tell me the recipe and all that. But otherwise, she twice she wasted whole the grain. Like, okay,
So
no, I
again, on
can't.
the cooking part, you see, I had read somewhere that cooking rice in a
Right,
aluminum pressure cooker,
right.
is one of,
Yeah,
or cooking your dal in an aluminum pressure cooker is one of the
right.
worst things that has happened to India. Of course, now
Yeah,
the quality of aluminum has improved, but still the aluminum has a negative effect. And when you
yeah,
cook it by steam, you're actually not cooking the grain, but you're actually
yeah.
splitting the grain.
Burst,
Yeah.
burst. Yeah.
So is there a protocol in terms of cooking this millets in terms of cooker or slow cooking or something like that?
If people are doing, if they have a patience to do all that, like it depends on the kitchen manager. Yeah, definitely. Dr. Khadar Vali is saying you use mud pot. So soaking will make it easy, and don't put in the pressure cooker because it will burst. And it
Yeah,
is not the cooking.
you're
Actually,
not
you are
cooking, you're
killing.
bursting it.
Yeah. So it is like that. So preference is that only, like either not for the aluminum. They are saying no to aluminum and no to plastic, and you go for the stainless steel or something like that.
Or
And
go for a slow cook.
when you are boiling in the open utensil, it is best rather than putting in the pressure cooker.
Oh,
It is like
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
And
that's the main thing.
is there any age restriction of when you can start eating millets? Is it good for children? Is it good for senior citizens,
Yeah.
super senior
Yeah,
citizens?
yes, it is good for everyone, and there's nothing like a restrictions for anyone. But yeah, restriction is this: like if you are soaking, then easy to digest. You will not complain. Oh, I'm feeling heavy. I have a pain. I have a heatiness in my body. So all these things, because once the grain is coming to you, it's fully dehydrated. So first we have to hydrate by soaking it, and when we are cooking it, it is like okay,
That
it is
makes
coming into
things
your
easy.
plate,
Yeah.
make it easy
Yeah.
to digest.
As they
That's
say
all.
in Hindi, हर एक के पास जठर अग्नि होती है, तो अगर आपने
Yes.
पहले से उसको थोड़ा पका के रखा है तो जठर अग्नि को इतना लोड कम ही पड़ेगा. So digestion will
Right.
be less to that extent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
not less, better to that extent, isn't it?
Better
Easier
to
to that extent. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Now,
So, like Dr. Khadar Vali wordings, he is saying millets are the powerhouse of the nutrition. So it is for everyone, not like okay, they are saying whoever, like even what the documents I will share with the this thing protocols and all. In protocols, they have mentioned this millets apart from that, how to take those millets. And there is like what they are saying when you are taking the milk, because he is saying not to take the milk. So he's saying you use kashayams. Kashayam is like they are saying there's a leaves of all plants, and every plant has a property for one thing or another thing. Like what अभी awareness में हम लोग देखते हैं कि okay, people are consuming tulsi, बेलपत्रा, गिलोय. After COVID, everybody is doing all that. So he gave this protocol in 2019, only before COVID, where it is like, okay, you have to follow this protocol, and these are the in this kushayam he is saying not to take the thing morning tea or coffee, empty. When you're getting up, first is early morning, see the sunrise, red rays, and then take the kashayam. Morning yoga, then sunrise, then yoga, and then after kashayam, then you go for other millet breakfast or something like that. And in that, like, okay, what he's saying, how to make that kashayam, it is like, okay, fine, I know when there's nothing, there's a 7 leaves like basil, people, betel, and mint. So you can take these kashayams, but every kashaya is for 1 week. One leaf kashaya for 1 week. Like basil, what you have to take half a cup of water or 1 cup of water. You have to put like if leaves are big, 3-4 leaves, and you boil it and cover the lid for 3 minutes, and later you take it. It is like if we are saying like, okay, we have a diabetes, so jamun की गुठली बहुत अच्छी होती है. The same way he is saying green leaves, जामुन लीव्स जो है आप उनको बॉईल कीजिए, उसका कषाय आप पी रहे हैं 1 वीक के लिए, and next week again he is changing from jamun to methi, fenugreek leaves. So it is like every week you are changing the 1 leaf variety. So
Perfect.
that is.
So
Yeah.
when we are talking, you mentioned that the 3 things is very strongly said ke pura varjit hai, you must avoid. What are those 3 things? And we'll close with that. Yeah.
White is maida, white is sugar, and white is milk. He is saying milk नहीं लेना है. लोग कहते हैं ना कैल्शियम होता है, मिल्क नहीं लेना है. Milk is totally banned. Not allowed.
No variation, almond milk, cashew milk, no milk.
Yeah. They are saying you can go for that.
But
like
not
you want to have
not the animal milk, which is cow milk or buffalo.
Not this animal milk is for mammal, not for the human being.
Correct.
Yeah. So that is the main thing. So they are saying कि अभी हमारा जो पुराने टाइम से एक माइंड से चला है, दूध पियोगे तो हड्डियां मजबूत होंगी या कुछ है, वो टाइम अलग था, ये टाइम अलग है, बिकॉज अभी इंजेक्शंस दे रहे हैं हम एनिमल्स को, उसके बाद उनका
वो सारा पूरा हार्मोनल ये वो. हाँ.
Now what he is saying आपको कैल्शियम चाहिए, दूध नहीं पीना है, लेकिन आप क्या कर सकते हैं, आप सेसमे सीड्स का मिल्क बनाइए. आप एलमंड का मिल्क बना लीजिए, कोई इश्यू नहीं है, आप उससे कर्ड बना लीजिए। वो कर्ड आप ले सकते हो, वो दूध आप पी सकते हो, बट नॉट दिस वन, दैट इज नॉट राइट। और अदरवाइज आपको दूध की जगह इट इज रिकमेंडेड यू कैन हैव अ कर्ड बिकॉज देयर इज अ प्रोबायोटिक,
Right. Right.
good
So
bacteria
in
is
the
there.
in the end, very shortly, very quickly, would you want to give any message which you want to let it be known and sort of digested by our viewers very quickly in very brief?
I can only say I believe we can heal our modern lifestyle diseases by millet. So if you want to start with at least one meal a day, and slowly, slowly you will automatically come to know like how we can recover ourselves by without any medicine rather than consume milk or millet.
Great.
Sorry.
Great. So thank you very much for this talk. I think this was very informative. And because you must be a kitchen manager, you had many tips on the cooking part of it, not only on the advantages of having millets and the scientific advantage to the body in terms of metabolism and things like that. So viewers,
Right.
here is a talk which I'm sure if you are able to adopt, it will do good to your system. It'll help you to fight against most common problems that we in India are facing, which is lifestyle related diseases. And should you have any queries, I'm sure Babita Rana will be more than happy to address those queries. So should you have any queries, put them in the description box. I will ensure that they are forwarded to her. And I assure you on her behalf that she'll be more than happy to respond to your queries so that you can lead a happy and a healthy life. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Keep watching our episodes. See you soon. Thank you and bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.